And a Newport News police officer shot and killed a man overnight. They say the suspect had a sawed-off shotgun.
At least one or possibly two officers shouting orders, drop the weapon, drop the weapon.
That's Newport News Police Chief Richard Myers. He says the man pointed the shotgun at officers in the east end of the city. It started around 2 this morning near 18th Street and Peterson Place. Myers talked to the media this afternoon. He said right now there are 2 investigations going on by the department. 10 on your side's Matt Gregory was at the news conference and has more. Matt?
Jana, the 2 investigations are a homicide investigation by Newport News Police and then another internal investigation that's being conducted by Internal Affairs. Now, Police Chief Myers tells us that the officer involved is a veteran of the force and that he, along with the other 2 officers who were at the incident, are now on administrative leave.
This is the second time in about as many days that information came in about this individual carrying a weapon.
Newport News Police say an off-duty organized crime detective worked security last night at the Stewart Garden Apartments. After midnight, he received a tip from a source who saw 23-year-old Jamal Beatty walk in the area armed with a sawed-off shotgun. The detective called in for backup. Joined by a K-9 officer and South Precinct sergeant, they attempted to speak with Beatty.
Pretty much ignoring the presence of the officers. The officers called out indicating they needed to speak to the person. And again, he ignored the presence of the officers and at some point began running.
Chief Richard Myers says the officers then chased Beatty. According to Myers, when policemen caught up to him, they noticed one of his arms looked rigid in his coat. The officer report says when Beatty turned around, he revealed a sawed-off shotgun in his hand. Myers says a witness heard this.
At least one or possibly 2 officers shouting orders, drop the weapon, drop the weapon.
The detective from the organized crime unit fired 3 shots, striking Beatty. Beatty died at the scene. Police say they found a sawed-off shotgun just a few feet from him.
We have since learned from checking the records that this shotgun was reported stolen out of a burglary, I believe a burglary in an adjoining jurisdiction.
Jamal Beatty's family says they are heartbroken. They say they've never heard of him having the gun.
He had a baby on the way. He was trying to get his life right. He already done been in that lifestyle. He just found out his baby mama was pregnant. He was trying to turn his life around. He was getting his stuff together. He was getting his life together.
Chief Myers says that they don't have any body camera video because these 3 officers weren't wearing body cameras. Now, officers at the South Precinct, those that are uniformed patrol officers, are, for the majority, Myers says, equipped with body cameras, but these 3 were not. Myers expects or hopes that the department will have close to 100% of the officers with body cameras by the end of the year. In Newport News, Matt Gregory, 10 on your side.
And this is the 4th deadly officer-involved shooting in the last 4 months in Hampton Roads, including just 10 days ago when a York County deputy shot and killed a man during an accident investigation on Fort Eustis Boulevard. They say the suspect pulled out a gun. 10 on your side saw body camera video of that shooting, but it has not been released to the public. And Virginia State Police are investigating 2 officer-involved shootings in Portsmouth. Back in April, an officer shot and killed William Chapman II outside the Walmart on Frederick Boulevard. A witness told 10 on your side the officer was trying to take Chapman into custody when they began to struggle. Now, a month before that, officers shot and killed a suspect during a drug investigation and pursuit through the city. Police say officers struggled with that suspect. They say he then pulled out a gun. Now, we have much more on the deadly officer-involved shooting from today on WAVY.com. Just click the story on our homepage.